Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to Tams Imagination for more magical stories. Now tell me, what would you do if you found a dying star in your hands? In a village where the sun was only a memory, one boy's journey to return a fallen star would change everything. In a deep valley hidden away from the world, there was a village swallowed by the thick, heavy fog. The people who lived there had long forgotten what the sky looked like. They lived their entire lives in shadows and dull, muted light. In that village lived a boy named Kael. He was quiet, often lost in the stories his grandmother used to tell him. His favorite story was about the last star, a piece of living light that had once fallen to the earth and was lost forever. One day, guided by a feeling he could not explain, Kylie climbed the forbidden slopes of the mountain that loomed over the valley. It was said no one should go there, but Kylie had to know if the stories were true. He slipped and tumbled into a hidden cave. There, in the center, resting in a pool of water, was the star. It was no bigger than his palm, glowing with a soft silvery light. The air around it was warm, and its glow felt gentle and kind. But as Kylie reached out and carefully lifted it, the star flickered weakly. Its light began to fade. Kylie's heart sank. He understood instantly the star was dying. It had been cut off from the sky for too long, and he knew what he had to do. He had to carry it to the highest peak, a place the old tales called the Dawn's Point, so it could find its way back home. The fog was alive on the mountain. It curled and twisted around him, forming shadowy shapes that whispered doubts into his mind. "You're just a boy," they hissed like wind through dead leaves. "The mountain is too high. You're too small. You will fail and be lost forever." But whenever Kylie's courage faltered, he opened the leather pouch where the star rested. Its gentle glow pushed the shadows back, its warmth filled him with strength. He wasn't a warrior, he had no sword. His only weapon was his determination. When the path grew steep, he kept climbing. When the whispers grew louder, he held the star tighter and hummed his grandmother's songs. He climbed for what felt like days, muscles aching, lungs burning. At last, he reached the flat peak, the summit of the Dawn's Point. The air was thin and icy. Below him stretched the silent grey world. With trembling frozen hands, Kylie pulled the star from his pouch. For a moment, nothing happened. It lay dull in his palm. Then, it pulsed. First slowly, then faster. Its glow grew brighter and brighter, silver turning into brilliant white until Kylie had to shut his eyes. In his hand, it became a tiny sun. And then, with one last silent burst of energy, the star rose from his palm. It shot upward like a silver arrow. Piercing the darkness, higher and higher it soared, until it joined the vast black above a single, shining point of light. And then the miracle began. The star pulsed slow and steady. With each pulse, the heavy fog below began to stir. It twisted, it swirled, and then, as if a giant hand was pulling it back, the fog began to retreat. For the first time in generations, the villagers saw the sky. They saw millions of glittering stars watching over them. They saw the moon pouring silver light across their homes and streets. It was more beautiful than any story. And on the mountaintop, silhouetted against the glowing moon, they saw a lone figure. They didn't know his name, but they knew it was he who had brought back the light. Kylie looked at his village, no longer grey and lifeless, but shining under the stars. He smiled, weary but filled with joy. He had sent out to save a dying star, but in doing so, he had saved his whole world. Remember this. Even the smallest piece of light can shine against the darkest night. What stars are you carrying inside you? Share your light in the comments below. For the next story, until then, bye bye.